Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, March the 5th, 2024. Super Tuesday. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. Right, done with that. Crude oil got it done. We picked up a break-even trade 18 seconds after the hour. 9 o'clock start time. Went to money management, came back to it for a one-tick break-even. Then we went up, triggered a long trade. That pulled back down and then finally went up and down till it hit target 1 and target 2. So we pick up 2 ticks on the initial trade and 56 on the subsequent trade. So successful trade there. Please do say hello in the chat. It's always nice to know who's here. All right, so then we're a little over a minute to go to market open. YM is in an early trade, gone up way too far to get in sync. We have a get in sync on soybeans. Unleaded picks up a trade 1 minute after the hour. Looks real similar to the crude trade. Goes up, comes down, up almost to money management and sideways, and then finally pushes through to both targets 1 and 2. Target 1 traders pick up 50 ticks, target 2 77, and trails out almost to target 1 564. Target 1 was 572, so 42 ticks on the trailer. One and done session, and that is it for unleaded. And crude is done as well till 10 o'clock. And market is open, and we have a long trade on the YM. That was a get in sync. Looks like we probably are in that. Might need to get another pullback. And now we're definitely in it. Stop and reverse to short. That's going to be $882. And we are short. And target 1, 31 ticks. And stopping out at 71. So we go 82 to 71 is 11 and 29. So we get 40 ticks out of it. And our loss was 96 to 82, 28. So we are positive, and that is power of quitting. Soybeans. We did get in sync, it looks like. Oh, no, we didn't. That was too quick to get hold of. And the long as well. Then we have a new short that we should have gotten in right here. Soybeans is short. Trying to get to target 1. That'll be a one and done session if we can get there. And Russell got active. That one is just no way around it, I don't believe. That's a full loss. Didn't trigger the short. And we did get into the long trade. Pick up a target 3 and a couple of ticks on the trailer. and it looks like another full loss on the short side. Have to look at that one. And I need to bring up micro NQ since unleaded is done. Nothing there, and we are past our start time, 4-minute wait. Nothing on the pound Aussie. Big long trade now on the micro Russell. Big wick on that trade. So that's going to be target 2. Target 2, 3.8. So that's target 2 is usually a target 3 rather, which is our normal. He's normally in 2.8, and that's 3.8 to target 2. And we'll definitely take profit at target 2. And we are trailing 65.3. Good morning, Don. Not got target 1 yet, so we're still waiting. We got soybeans back up through to the entry. 3 charts done already this morning. Micro Russell bouncing off of the session lows at 2059 flat. Micro NQ setting session lows at 18,056 and a quarter, and the YM at setting a session low at 38,806. So all 3 indices working off of their session lows. Micro Russell's still trying to decide if it's going to continue upward or come back down toward the session low. And there is money management. Trailer came up to 265. And we're going to be at break even now. So our entry was at 66.2, so we're at 66.3 now for the stop. Soybeans taking heat. Potential long trade setup. We didn't have a crossover yet, but hybrid mode is going to keep us in the short. There's the long setup, filtered for the moment because the trend indicator is down. And 66.4 now for the stop on the micro Russell. And a long trade on the micro NQ. All right, we have a swing before and it touched after. So let's take that to 86 flat. This is a big trade with a wick. See if that adjustment will keep us, if that keeps us out of the trade or gets us in. Target 1 almost up to the fixed target at 39 points. And it looks like the adjustment may keep us out of the full stop out. Target 2 and maybe even target 3 on the micro Russell. Yep, there's target 3. 69.2 for the trailer. And it looks like soybeans took a full stop out. And there is now the long trade because we stopped out and the trend indicator went. So 11.51 flat for a long trade. Still a get in sync because it didn't hit target 1 yet. $69.7 for the micro Russell. That's the only remaining position is the trailer. I didn't see how fast that short trade was on the micro NQ. So let's take a quick look at that one. And then a quick splash down. That hit the entry and the stop on the same bar. So unless you're actually watching that, we don't know which one it hit first until we All right, that's marked up. There's our vertical line, and then we'll make it a 4-second chart. Micro Russell stopped out 69.7. There was our entry. Looks to me like that's a no trade. Hit the entry, then went up to the stop. But too fast to have caught it. So 2 no trades, and we'll look for the next trade on the micro NQ. And there is a new short. We did get the long, and that's a stop and reverse short would be at 48 flat. So still in the long on soybeans. Second trade of the morning. We took a 16 tick loss. That's going to be a 64 tick, 16 tick risk, 64 tick loss. On soybeans. Currently in the long trade, the trend indicator has gone back positive, so the stop and reverse is filtered out at the moment. Notice you didn't get the purple arrow, the purple triangle. So we're still in the long trade, the white long trade. And looks like we've got 2 closes above the balance line, so that will definitely cancel that stop and reverse. So we'll revert back to our original entry. Looking for 53 and a quarter for target 1. About 1 point away at the moment. And a long trade, exactly where our prior short entry was. So long on the micro NQ, long on soybeans, and right back to the entry again. And the micro NQ looking like it may take a full loss on this one. Yep, full loss on the micro NQ. Still nothing on the pound Aussie this morning. All the activity was before our start time. And a short trade set up. That spiked down to 30 and a quarter. I'd take that down to 29 and 3/4. So far that has kept us out. If it does come up and hit the stop, it will cancel the trade because it actually has hit the entry. The unadjusted entry. And a short trade. That looks like a no trade to me on the micro Russell. Pokes through and goes significantly above the stop. Hooks through the entry. I'll take that as a no trade. We have two wins and two losses this morning on the micro Russell. And we did hit the stop on the micro NQ without having gotten down to the adjusted entry. So that is a no trade. So that's our third no trade this morning. One loss. And target 1 on soybeans. 9-tick target, working up toward target 2 at 55 flat. Looks like it got to 54 and a quarter, so just 3 ticks away. Stop at 51 and a quarter. So the stop and reverse adjustment, the adjustment and the excuse me, and the hybrid mode filter kept us out of the short trade, and now we have target 1 in hand. Got up to 54 and a half, just 2 more ticks to target. Under 3 minutes to go to the $10 a.m. crude mini session. And looks like things are slowing down considerably coming into the top of the hour. Extremely low trend strength on the pound Aussie, and no overbought or oversold readings. So the only trades we can pick up are a trade off the 50 EMA, according to the trade plan, and target 2 on soybeans. Adding another 16 ticks. So down 39 now, with 2 positions remaining. Target 3, and getting close actually. Target 3 at 56 and a half. 1 tick above the session high. Red label report, ISM services. Just coming out. I would obviously wait at least 2 minutes to get into new trades. That's a quick pop on the micro Russell that I wouldn't be following. Also a long trade setup on the micro Russell, or micro NQ. Not taking this long trade on the micro Russell with the news. That went through probably too fast anyway. Oh yeah, that went through too fast to have traded anyway. And I would wait for at least 2 minutes for things to settle down. Yeah, and micro NQ getting that long trade going down and up. Not going to follow that one either. Soybeans trailer to 52 3/4. Market obviously liked the news. All three indices strongly upward. Micro NQ looks like it's running out of steam a little bit. Poked above the 50 and now dropped down back below again. But the micro Russell going to session highs. 2074.8, 0.9, 2075 flat. New session highs. Strong up moves on the YM and the micro Russell. 53 1/4 for the soybeans trailer. Still working to get up to 56.50, 56.5 for target 3. And we are in our crude mini session. I wasn't watching that. That one's too early. I would get in sync, be willing to get in sync with this long trade. Probably adjusted up a penny above the session open though. Make it 73. Soybean stop still at 53 1/4. Looks like the rally may have, good morning Neil, rally may have run out of steam. Short trade on the micro NQ. Short trade on the stop and reverse to short on crude. And money management and target 1. Money management on the micro NQ trade. Stop at 54.25. Crude entry at 78.62 on the stop and reverse. So our stop would be at 61. Target 1 was 52, so minimum 10 tick. Target 2 is at 44. Targets 2 and 3 on the micro NQ, so those are winners. That's a solid winner. Trailing at 25 flat. $19.25 from micro NQ trailer, and stopping out at 61 on the crude trade. So 10 on target, 1 on the trailer is 11. So what was our loss? 72 to 62. We lost 20. So we're still down 9. Need a final trade. And target 4 and a stop out on the trailer on the micro NQ. Long trade setup. 21.5. Long setup on the micro Russell as well, triggering in both places. And that's exactly the same place that the prior long trade was on the Russell. Didn't even have to move my marker lines around. Soybeans still in the long trade. I've tested a little bit with soybeans and with crude, and they look good. I just don't have the indicators yet for NinjaTrader. And of course, he did the pre-release this past weekend. He's expecting to have the TradeStation version ready within the next week or so. But from the development sessions that we've had in the CEO Mastermind group, it's looking really good. Yeah, I think you'll like it, Neil. It's an interesting strategy, and it seems to be a really good on the winners, fairly high percentages. As soon as Will finishes with the TradeStation testing and then does the TradeStation TA, you'll be switching over and to bring up NinjaTrader as well. So I'm looking forward to that. All the work I've been doing has been without the indicator, but it's looking really good. And just testing with our eyeballs. All right, Micro NQ taking a loss on the long trade and triggering a short trade, it looks like. Calculator still tracking the short trade on crude because of the stop and reverse adjustment, moving our stop down to 61. We actually did get stopped out. Micro NQ just hitting. Okay, that hit target 1. Now the question is, did it usually not 14 ticks? Yeah, it's only 13 ticks to target, so it needs one more tick. It needs to get to 71.1. And that's not what I wanted. And it takes a full stop out. And the Micro NQ is a no trade if you, assuming you're not in it. And a short trade on the Micro Russell. And Micro Russell triggers in. And soybeans stopped out, so he picked up 25 on the targets. We got 53 and a quarter from 51. So that's 9 ticks times 2, 18. So we got 43 down 21. Money management on Micro Russell trade. And there's a winner, target 3. Actually, that full stop out, I think that may have been, yeah, we were already at 2 losses, so that ended the session. So no trade on the short. Actually, it may have already been. And that was win number 2. No, that was win number 3. That was a no trade because that was the one at the news cycle. Came down. That would be loss number 3 and end the session. So not taking the short trade, even though it's successful per the trade plan. Once it gets to full release with NinjaTrader, I suspect I'll make sure with Troy, but I'll probably have a chart or 2 with that as an example. Hard to believe that Counterpunch will now be 4 strategies old. All right, that's Micro Russell stopped out. Hey, isn't it though? And unless you find something that you think is working much, much better, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Crude continuing to push down. Crude down into the 79.10 area. Getting strongly oversold. Oversold reading of 10.3. And trend strength is starting to move up now. Trend strength on all three of the spotlight charts is very low today. Pound Aussie and the YM both under 20. And crude has been running pretty low. Right now is around 8.3. All right, we're coming up to 10:30. I'd like to see another trade on crude, but finish out the session. And still take some trades on the micro NQ. One more trade on crude, 10 a.m. mini session, and of course, Pound Aussie hasn't had any trades this morning. Comments or questions? So news pushed all the indices up for a period, and now they're falling again. YM actually seems to be going a little bit sideways, but Micro Russell and Micro NQ both definitely trending down. Although Micro Russell actually set a new session high, Micro NQ is continuing to set session lows. All the way down into the $77, below 78 on crude, now pushing back up right around $78. Crude also just about set a session high right around 10 o'clock. Getting within, looks like one or maybe two ticks of the session high. And now pushing solidly down below the $78 mark, down to 77, 82, 81, 80, still pushing down. Big sell-off. And you gotta, if you followed the trailer on that trade that we were in, you got a 50. Now you got a 61 tick, 61 cent trailer. All right, we're still in the short. And Micro NQ and Pound Aussie don't look like they're going to give us anything anytime soon. So I am going to call it a morning here, folks. No, well, okay. Maybe, maybe not. There is a stop out on crude. And looks like an up close will give us a... Alright, the low on that bar is 93. So 01, so 78.03 would be an entry point. That would be an entry for a long trade. That's going to be a pretty good sized trade. 78. And there, yeah, crossover filter keeping us out of it. Looks like it touched it. Did it? Nope. Yes, it touched 03. So push it up to a... I don't like 04, but I definitely would push it up there if it becomes a valid trade. Crossover filter keeping us out of that one. Looks like it's struggling at 20 SMA, finding resistance. There is our 8th bar. The magenta bar says we're no longer subject to the crossover filter. See what it does at the 50 here. There's another set of exhaustion dots, another possible long trade with an up closing bar. There's your long trade. 78.11. That popped through too fast to catch, looked like to me. I want to see it test the 20 SMA before I take the long trade, even coming back. Trend strength waning again. Testing the 50 again. The longer it stays close to the 50, the more likely it is to break up above it. The strong selling pressure would likely push back down. A strong resistance anyway. And looks like, yeah, rely on the system. Money management at 25, and we've gotten there. Target at 27, and we got there as well. 15 tick target, that would put us positive on the session, so definitely should have been in that trade. Should have gotten in sync, but I wouldn't have, so I would have missed out on this one. $35 is and there it is. So there's target 2. $15 and $23. $38. We were down 9, so we're 29 ticks positive. If you go ahead and get in sync with that one. Oh well, that completes crude then for the 10 a.m. session. And nothing new on the pound Aussie. Well, looks like the pound Aussie may just get a short trade here. Or the micro NQ. Micro NQ setting up for a possible short as well. Well, those are both moving pretty slowly, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning here. And we'll see everybody tomorrow at 9:30. Regular 9:30 session, followed by a 10:30 crude oil inventory report tomorrow. And we'll see everybody then.